What's up, guys? Kevin here, and a lot of you are probably seeing many comments across the internet about Doge and things in the news, and you're wondering if the meme coin is making a comeback. But in reality, this has nothing to do with crypto and everything to do with a brand new government initiative that was created by Donald Trump. And this has to do with everything that you're hearing about lately: federal layoffs, new programs being put in place, and just completely changing how our government operates. And so I did a little bit more research and wanted to put together this video to explain what DOGE is, what its plans are, and how it's going to be affecting how our government works in the future, because I highly expect this to affect all of us. So let's go ahead and jump into the details. So DOGE is actually an acronym. So again, it's just a complete coincidence that Bitcoin hit 100K and then you started hearing about DOGE again. Nothing to do with crypto or the meme coin. This is an acronym for the Department of Government Efficiency. And just like the name suggests, this is kind of designed to improve how our government works so that it can be more efficient. And as they word it, trim the fat. So get rid of all the unnecessary spending and slower processes that are making things take longer. Now, this was something that Trump always said he would prioritize during his campaign. And as he promised on his first day, he issued a hiring freeze. And after issuing that hiring freeze, he submitted an executive order that established DOGE. Now, in reality, DOGE isn't completely brand new. The way that it's worded in the executive order is it's an evolution of the U.S. digital service. And this service was implemented in 2014 as a way to modernize how our government operates, create more digital solutions and software that would help the government run more efficiently. So just like the name DOGE suggests, this was kind of like an earlier version of DOGE to bring how our government works into the modern times. So this program was started in 2014 during the Obama administration, and a lot of what it accomplished deals with creating trackers and submission systems online so that it's easier for American citizens to submit paperwork and also track how it's being reviewed through the process and hopefully expedite that process so things can get done more quickly. But now Trump is implementing this new DOGE program that's designed to really tighten things up. So based on how it's written, this program is really only designed to work for 18 months, so they expect it to be terminated by July of 2026. But during that time, they will have several DOGE team leads. And these team leads will be in charge of monitoring the hiring and how the workforce is operating for their given departments. So they're going to be looking over specific teams and making sure that they're operating as efficiently as possible. Now, the expectation written in this order is that for every 4 people that leave a government department, only 1 person can be hired back. So effectively, it's reducing the workforce by 75%. And ideally, there will be additional software or process improvements that will compensate for the lower workforce so that they can still accomplish the same amount of work. Now, the executive order specifically states that this does not apply to functions related to public safety, immigration enforcement, or law enforcement. So those critical teams that are designed to keep us safe and make sure things are secure will not be affected by this, things like military and stuff like that. But pretty much all the other departments are fair game. Now, everything related to hiring has to go through the DOGE team lead. So they are responsible for making sure we're only hiring for necessary positions and that we're prioritizing the positions that have the highest need. So we shouldn't be hiring people that are duplicating efforts when we have open roles that haven't been filled for a long time. They're also tasked to make sure that the hiring time frame is reduced to 80 days, and all of that should be much more streamlined and much more transparent for the candidates that are going through the process. So if you do apply for a candidate job, you should have more access to see how your application is being reviewed, what part of the process you're in, and just having more transparency throughout the entire hiring process. They will also be responsible for providing monthly updates on hiring so that it can be closely monitored by everybody on the DOGE team. So the immediate results that we are seeing are all of the federal layoffs. And depending on when you're watching this video, you'll probably have heard about layoffs in the IRS and a bunch of other departments, literally firing tens of thousands of employees. Now, these are primarily probationary employees, so people that are within their first year of service. They have to go through this probationary period so that they can kind of prove that they are going to be the best employee for the job. So they're constantly being scrutinized already, going through reviews and getting graded on their work to determine if they are a good fit for the federal government job long term. So a lot of these people literally just got their jobs within the last year and they're getting ready to be laid off. And this is, of course, causing a big fuss because a lot of people that thought they had something that was all but guaranteed, some people are only 10 or 15 days away from the end of their probationary period, are now being impacted by these layoffs. And so that is creating some lawsuits. In specific, what we're seeing is some states are submitting lawsuits saying that Elon Musk should not be able to make these decisions. And I think this is kind of a confusing situation here because back in November, you can see that Donald Trump specifically said that Elon Musk was going to co-lead this program along with Vivek Ramaswamy in order to make sure that this program got as much traction as possible. But now what we're seeing from the White House is based on the executive order and how things were actually rented and implemented, Elon is not an actual DOGE team member at all. He's not the leader of DOGE. He doesn't make any of the decisions that drive DOGE activities. He's not even on the team. At this point, they're only qualifying him to be an advisor in the White House. And if Donald Trump listens to his advisors and accepts their recommendations and makes a decision, it doesn't mean that the advisor is overstepping their bounds and making a government decision themselves. So this lawsuit basically alleges that Elon is being empowered to make government decisions and do things that only an elected official can do. But the White House is kind of pushing back on that and saying that's not the case. He might just present a good idea and then the DOGE team or Donald Trump decides to move forward with it. So we'll kind of see how this goes because, again, if this is an evolution of a program that was designed to implement new software and make more efficient processes, then if they do this properly, it should be completely transparent to the American citizens. Everything should continue just as usual. Nothing should slow down. There should be just as much capacity for the system, but they're running more efficiently and doing it with less people. And it's kind of scary because, example, firing more than 6,000 IRS employees during tax season definitely seems like it could have a big impact on tax documents being processed, people getting their refunds and all of that stuff. Depending on how it all goes, I think we'll hear more in the future on if it's determined to be a success or not. And that'll kind of dictate if this program gets any extra legs. So let me know your thoughts. What have you heard? What do you think of this? Is it a good idea or is it too risky? Is it too aggressive or have we been waiting on doing this for too long? I'd be curious to hear what you guys think. But besides that, that's all I had for today. So thank you guys for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.